Welcome to Slash Bash, where today I am bringing you another Entitled Parents Reddit video. In our first story, an entitled mother feels entitled to my handicap parking. Let's jump right in. Why do women with kids feel so entitled just because they have kids? I'm a 30-year-old female. I have an autoimmune arthritis condition. I walk with a cane. On my bad days, I can barely walk at all. I have a handicap placard for those days. I had to go grocery shopping a while ago and I was in no condition to be walking a long ways. Not a code red pain day, but definitely up there. If I hadn't been completely out of a few major necessities, I wouldn't have been out at all. When I got there, all the handicap spots were full, but I saw an older gentleman loading his trunk and knew that spot would soon be available. So I pulled up and put on my blinkers and waited. As soon as he was gone, I pulled into the spot, threw up my blue placard, and began hauling myself out of the car. I'm just about ready to close the door when I hear, "Excuse me?" I look over and see a teal SUV pulled up behind me. There's this woman in the driver's seat yelling out the open passenger window at me. "You just took my spot!" "What?" "I was waiting behind the other guy. I didn't see you." "No, these are handicap spots. They're only for handicapped people." I am literally leaning against my car, cane in hand. I hold up the cane. "I am handicapped, ma'am. I have a permit." The entitled mother scoffs and pulled away. I decide to just forget about her and begin my hobbled walk into the store. I got even more frustrated when I saw there were no electric carts available. So I was forced to grab one of the smaller trolleys and walk. Since I have a hard time pushing a cart one-handed, and the cart offers some support, I put my cane inside the cart. I was only as far as the produce section when I hear a familiar voice. "Hey, you!" It's the entitled mother. She's pushing one of those big carts that look like cars for the kids. She had an infant and a toddler strapped into the front of the cart, another kid, 2 years old, standing bouncing in the cart, and yet another child holding her hand walking beside her. He looked about 5-ish. I'm bad at telling ages. She is also very pregnant. She stalks up to me with this pissed off expression. You need to learn to be more respectful. I was waiting for that parking spot and you stole it." She's talking or yelling over her kids who are all fussing loudly. "Lady, I didn't see you waiting for that spot. If you were, I apologize." "I was waiting for it. I needed a spot close to the entrance. Because of you, I had to park all the way towards the back." Well, I said I was sorry. I look over her and her brood real quick. Besides, that was a handicap spot. You can only park there with a permit. Are one of your kids handicapped? "No, that spot was for me. I'm pregnant." Lady, you can't use disabled parking just because you're pregnant. Not unless you have some complications that affect your mobility. "No, you can use them if you're pregnant too. I always use them." "I don't think that's how it's supposed to work, ma'am. You're lucky you haven't gotten a ticket for not having a permit displayed." "Well, you shouldn't be using it. You're not pregnant and you clearly don't have kids." "No, I'm not pregnant, but I am disabled." This whole conversation I have been leaning on my cart for support. I pull my cane out for her to see. I can barely walk 10 feet without pain. That's why I have a handicap permit. "That's no excuse. You can't be in that much pain. I've been up all night with a colicky baby and couldn't keep anything down because of morning sickness. I'm exhausted. My feet are killing me. You don't know what it's like wrangling 4 kids while pregnant. I clearly needed that spot more than you did." I am more than done with this whole argument at this point. Look, lady, I'm in pain, I'm tired, and I want to just finish my shopping so I can go home and try to work up the will to make dinner tonight. I didn't see you waiting for the damn parking spot, and you shouldn't be using it without a permit anyway. Good day. I tried walking away. "You selfish brat. You don't know what tired is. I'm going to report you to store security. I'll get them to tow your car." Lady, call security if you want. I'm allowed to park there. I didn't choose to become disabled, but you chose to have kids. It's not my fault you're tired and run down and can't be bothered to walk the extra 200 feet to the door. It's not my fault you chose to have kids. You deal with your life, I'll deal with mine. I hobbled off to try to finish my shopping, ignoring her parting comments. That fight gave me just enough adrenaline to get through my trip without falling apart. I had an assistant help load my vehicle, which was undisturbed where I had parked it. I was still pissed when I got home, but it was nothing a long soak in the tub couldn't fix. I still hope she gets ticketed for parking in the handicap spots, but as long as I never see her again, I'll be happy. Wow, this post just blew up overnight. Thank you all very much for the support and for my first ever gold. For people asking, I live in Washington State in the United States of America. The store I was at did not have special parking for expecting mothers. I have seen them at some stores and I wish we had more. You legally need a handicap badge or permit to park in the blue spots. This woman did not have one. I only engaged this woman because I honestly thought I hadn't seen her waiting for the spot and that I'd cut her off. Normally, I wouldn't deal with people like this. She just frustrated me by following me inside. Story number 2, an entitled mom tries to steal my service dog. So this just happened today, so I'm shaken up from it. I have a wonderful service dog named Frankie. She helps me with anxiety and PTSD so that I can go into stores and shop. I have an ID for her that shows she belongs to me. So I'm shopping today looking for some clothes when I see this boy, entitled Kid, running under the clothing racks and through the aisle. This gives me anxiety and Frankie alerts me by jumping on my leg. I reward her and we move on. Entitled Kid runs right in front of us and spots Frankie. Puppy! He goes to pet Frankie and I step in between him, putting my hand to block him. I'm sorry, you can't pet her, she's working, see? I motion towards Frankie's vest that clearly states service dog do not pet. The entitled kid starts crying and runs under the clothing racks. I try to calm myself down and I continue shopping. I then hear storming feet coming into the aisle I'm in and I turn around to see the mom, the entitled mom, coming towards me with the entitled kid in tow. How dare you tell my little angel that he can't pet your dog? Let my son pet your dog now. I'm sorry, ma'am, my dog is working right now. Your son can't pet her. I don't care. The entitled mom then comes up to me and grabs Frankie's leash from me. Frankie has been trained to follow a stranger in case of medical emergencies, so she just goes with the woman. Easy. This is an emergency call for Frankie to come right to my side. Frankie slips her harness and runs to me. I pick Frankie up crying now. How dare you? I'm going to call the police and tell them you stole that dog from me. The entitled mom then blocks me from leaving and calls the police. When the police arrive, the entitled mother immediately says that Frankie is her service dog and that I stole her. I start having a panic attack, and Frankie alerts me and lays on my chest to calm me down. The officer comes over and helps me calm down. When I came out of the panic attack, I explain what happened and show the ID I have for Frankie and my ID to prove it's me. The entitled mother throws down Frankie's harness and tries to leave. The officer grabs her and she is arrested for pet theft, assault of an officer, and verbal harassment. Frankie is okay and I am okay as well. I took my emergency medication and I am doing better now. Thank you all for reading. Please treat service animals like medical equipment and do not try to pet them. Frankie and I both say thank you so much for the kind words and encouragement. Frankie has gotten lots of extra pets and treats from you all. This is John from /bash. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed the video and want to be the first to know when the next one drops, then subscribe and make sure you click on the notifications bell so that YouTube will actually show you my videos. We'd love for you to drop a like, share it with your friends, and we will see you in the next one.